I shoveled enough to get by, and I said, well, I'll either go till tomorrow. My biggest mistake. The next day it was frozen. So I went out there the next day, and I shoveled. I come in the house, I couldn't breathe. I was out there about
Back in October of 1987, I suffered a heart attack one Sunday morning on my way to church.
Survivors of heart attacks and bypass surgery can recover to lead normal lives, but the road to recovery is a long one.
It felt like when he pulled the drainage out, it was over here, and it felt like he was pulling everything out from inside of me.
In the lower Naugatuck Valley, there is a rehabilitation program that helps victims readjust their lifestyle. It develops proper eating and exercise habits and gives them the confidence needed to once again lead a productive life.
Because you look around, there's a lady there that's 75 years old, and she's running on that machine. I said, God damn it, if she can do it, I can do it. I think the biggest thing is my inability to function. The frustrating part is that I want to do more than I'm doing right now.
The initial phases of the program occur at Griffin Hospital. But once the individual reaches a certain level of recovery, they enter the Healthy Heart program at the YMCA in Ansonia.
And it's here to help them to stay healthy and fit so that nothing does happen to them and enhance their life. And I think it's that self-esteem, too, that inside that makes them feel better, too, that they know they're doing something to help themselves, plus it shows.
The program affords people like Lou and Steve the opportunity to lead richer, longer lives. Although still on the road to recovery, both men have again entered the workforce and are positive contributors to our community, thanks to the United Way. Nestled below Route 34 along the Housatonic River lies the Recreation Camp, a day camp for Valley children of all social and economic backgrounds. With affordable daycare nearly impossible to obtain, it seems unbelievable that families are charged $5 per child for an entire summer at the rec camp. This includes sailing, swimming, arts and crafts, and lunch each day.
Well, if it wasn't for the recreation camp, I wouldn't be able to work. Even if I worked 40 hours still, half my paycheck would still go to babysitting.
Although the cost of the camp is minimal, children are provided with many opportunities. Brian is 8 years old and looks forward to attending the rec camp each summer.
They take care of us, and they let us do things, and that's it.
In today's society, drugs and violence are subjects learned early in life. Keeping children off the streets and in a safe environment where they can learn and grow is a relief for many parents.
Because when I go to work, I have enough stress that's one less stressful thing, that I don't have to worry about where they are, what they're doing, or who they're with, because I know where they are.
The rec camp could not exist without support from the United Way. Many parents would be left with no alternative but to leave their children home alone or without proper supervision.
I don't know, where I work, I just see that they don't have the programs in the town that I work. And I see the kids out on the street and what they're doing, and I really don't want that to happen to the valley.
Keep your chin tucked at all times, so don't do a belly flop.
And slowly I see that it's starting to happen, because there's not enough attention given to the younger generation.
The responsibility for our community's children rests upon us all. If we neglect that responsibility now, we'll be faced with greater responsibilities in the future.
We're a family of 6, plus a little baby who's 4 months old now. Dave, myself, and we have a daughter, 19, and we have a son, Michael, who's 15, and Jason, who's 13, and Hazel, who's 93.
Hazel Lewis is unable to take care of herself. She needs someone to dress her and bathe her and lift her from her bed. This is quite a change for Hazel, who spent most of her life caring for others.
And then she had a fall, which from then on she kind of regressed. Her condition became weak, and she wasn't able to walk about by herself or to help herself in and out of bed or onto the commode. So gradually her care has become total.
You have such a wonderful family taking care of you.
I do.
You
Every morning at 8 o'clock, Anna Mae or whatever nurse is assigned will come in, and they'll get Hazel up for her bath. They'll bathe her, total bath every day, change her bed, get her set for the day.
That means combing her hair, giving her mouth care, and dressing her, getting her to the wheelchair, preparing for the day.
And that was one of the big things for me, getting up and having to give her a total bath and then to try to get the kids off to school and doing the washing and cleaning. It really, the care just became more than I can handle myself. So
Betty Lewis is one of a growing number of people responsible for the care of elderly relatives. The Visiting Nurse Association of South Central Connecticut gives support to Betty and others in similar situations by going into homes and offering medical treatment and personal care.
Caring for an elderly person is just like caring for a baby, only it's harder. Because the elderly person, you have to do totally everything. You know, the lifting, the getting her up, the changing, the diapers, the works. And, you know, a baby you can just pick up and do. With an elderly person, you have to be sensitive to their feelings.
But with the older people, they need somebody to love them, somebody to take time and care for them.
Without support from the United Way, the Visiting Nurse Association could not help families like the Lewises. Betty and her family would face the emotional and physical demands of elderly care alone. Be a part of our caring community. Support the Valley United Way.
You see your friends, your neighbors, people you work with. There are all people that need some agency that the Valley United Way covers at some time or another in someone's life.
When the Valley has been as good as it has been to myself and my family, it's important that I give something back.
I think the United Way is a driving force behind the community. It gets people together to go and fight and help the less fortunate than ourselves.
To help people, and that's what it's all about.